여러분 안녕하세요. Okay, so today we'll be studying how to say if in Korean. So there are two ways to say if, and a lot of you probably have a question, what's the difference between these two? So today, first we will study 으면. And then once we, solidly study the basics of if, then I'll add 다면, 라면, and compare these two. You've probably seen this word 만약에. You'll see them together pretty often, so I wanted to talk about it first. 으면 is the verb ending. You attach this to verbs or adjectives to say if I do this, if the weather is nice, if it's cold. Whereas 만약에 is freestanding individual word. 만약에 is more hypothetical. Imagine, what if? That nuance is 만약에. In Korean, all the adjective and verb dictionary form ends with the ending 다. And you change this 다 block to other endings, right? Some of those endings are sentence endings. Sentence ends there. And other endings are connective endings, meaning you're connecting two sentences. So you're continue the sentence. For example, 고지만 는데 어서 아서 and today 으면이 있어요. If you change verb and adjective to 으면, that verb and adjective becomes if good, if bad, if do something, if go. And then you're continuing with another sentence and end it at some point with these endings. 으면 is used with both verb and adjective. Consonant, vowel, 달라요. 받침이 있어요, 받침이 없어요, 달라요. The rules different. If there is 받침, consonant on the bottom, then you put 으면. Always. When you see 으 in parenthesis, it means you need 으 if the stem ends with a consonant. But if there is no consonant on the bottom, 받침이 없어요, then you just put 면. 으면 is used to say hypothetical, imagining something like if I become super rich or if I were, 손예진. But also if and when, it's gonna happen. So if that happens, when that happens, we use 으면 as well. So it's likely to happen. That's why we said when you go home, call me. In Korean is if you go home, call me. So 좋다 있어요. It ends with the consonant on the bottom. 받침이 있어요. 그러면 if good, if something is good, 한국어로 좋으면이에요. 좋으면. How would you say if the weather is good? 네, 좋아요. 날씨가 좋으면. Or in conversations, we often omit the particle. So you can also just say 날씨 좋으면 we, but you can also omit it when it's obvious. 내일 공원에 가자. 공원, park. 그러면 많다, to be many, to be much. If many, if there are many. If there is much. So for example, how would you say, if there are a lot of people, let's go somewhere else. 한국어로 어떻게 할까요? 많다 also has a 받침. 받침이 있으면 으면이죠. 그래서 많으면, 사람이 많으면 다른 데 가자. 그러면 먹다 어떻게 해요? 먹다. If I eat something at night, my stomach doesn't feel good. 어떻게 할까요? Can you make that sentence? So 먹다 받침이 있어요. 받침이 있으면 if there is last consonant 으면 그죠? 먹으면 그래서 저는 as for me 밤에 뭐 먹으면 속이 안 좋아요. 그리고 when you want to say something, somebody, somewhere, you use the question words. 그래서 뭐, something, 먹으면 속 is inside, right? Out surface, inner surface of my body, stomach, 안 좋아요. When I said 밤에 먹으면, this in English can be translated either if I eat at night or when I eat at night, I don't feel good, right? So if and when, like general tendencies, you use 으면 in Korean. 자, 있다. 제가 벌써 말했죠. I already used this. 그쵸? 받침 있으면, if there is 받침, so 있으면이에요. 행복한 상상 해볼까요? Shall we have happy imaginations? 돈이 진짜 많으면 뭐 하고 싶어요? 자, for beginners, if you need vocabulary, 단어 필요하면, if you need it, 여기 있어요. something을 사다. 저는 돈이 많으면 집 사고 싶어요. 돈이 많으면 마세라티 차 사고 싶어요. 돈이 많으면 여행하고 싶어요. 돈이 많으면 세계 일주하고 싶어요. So when you say travel the world, we use this word. 세계, world, 일주하다, one round. To donate, 기부하다, 기부하고 싶어요. 어려운 사람을 돕다. 어려운 사람 means either somebody that you feel difficult with or people who are going through difficulty, people in need. 투자하고 싶어요. To invest. 은퇴하고 싶어요. I wanna retire. 저는 돈이 많으면 회사 그만두고 싶어요. 다니엘님. 여기 있네요. 은퇴하고 싶어요. 그렇죠? 보링 아저씨님. 돈이 많으면 지나간 시간을 사고 싶은데 못 사요. 이거 너무 뭔가 철학적인데? This is philosophical. 자, 이제 let's look at the words that have no 받침. 받침이 없어요. It ends with a vowel. 받침이 없으면 그냥 면이에요. So if busy, if you are busy, if I am busy, if somebody is busy, 바쁘면. 한국어로 if you are busy, let's talk tomorrow. 어떻게 말할까요? 지금 바쁘면, if you're busy now, 바쁘면 내일 이야기하자. Okay, to friends you can just say 이야기하자. And if you shorten 이야기하자, it becomes 얘기하자. 내일 얘기하자. 내일 이야기해요도 좋아요. 하자 in polite form is just regular 어요아요. So to friends, 내일 이야기하자. To somebody you have to be polite to, 내일 이야기해요. 피곤하다는 어떻게 할까요? If you are tired or if I am tired, I go to bed early. 한국어로 어떻게 해요? Which again is also when I am tired as well. Let's say hypothetically when I'm tired, in general, I go to bed early. 피곤하면 보통 usually if you want to say 피곤하면 저는 보통 피곤하면 일찍 자요. I go to bed early. You can also say 일찍 자러 가요. I literally go to bed. 괜찮아요. 둘 다 쓸 수 있어요. How would you say if go? So earlier I already said a lot of times. If you go home, meaning if and when you go home, call me. 자, 가다는 가면이고 집에 가면 너 집에 가면 전화해. Text me will be 집에 가면 문자해. 집에 가면 문자해 or 카카오톡. Every single Korean person uses 카카오톡. 집에 가면 톡해. 카카오톡해 is 톡해. 집에 가면 톡해. 집에 가면 연락해. 연락하다 to get in touch. So whatever, either call or text or 카카오톡, somehow get in touch with me. 집에 가면 연락해. When you go home, if you go home, contact me. 그렇다, to be so, to be that way. 히읗 받침 없어져요. It disappears. And now it's just a vowel. 받침 없어요. 그러면이에요. 그렇다 becomes 그러면, which shortens to 그럼. That's why you hear a lot of people saying 그럼, 그럼 이렇게. If your thoughts that way, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't help. 네 생각이 그러면 어쩔 수 없지. 그러면 if so. So literally 그러면 그럼 in Korean is if so. Okay then. And 이렇다 is to be this way. Here disappears and it becomes 이러면 if it's this way. And shortened 이럼. How about doing this in Korean? Is 이러면 어때? You'll hear people saying this. So when you suggest an idea, 우리 이번 프로젝트 어떻게 하지? How should we go about our project this time? How about this? What if we do this? 이러면 어때? Not all 디귿 받침 is irregular. 디귿 받침 다 불규칙 아니에요. A lot of them are actually regular. 많은 디귿 받침은 규칙이거든요. 규칙 활용이에요. These two are mostly what you will see as irregular. To listen, 듣다. To walk, 걷다. You know these two changes to 리을, right? When it's followed by 이응, like 어유, 아유, or 으. 그래서 듣으면 아니에요. 들으면. 걷으면 아니에요. 걸으면. So if you listen to, if you walk. 같이 읽을까요? Shall we read together, everyone? 준비? Ready? 시작. 저는 슬플 때 음악을 들으면 기분이 좋아져요. As for me, the time, the moment I'm feeling sad, music, if I listen to it, if and when I listen to it, my mood becomes good. I feel good when I listen to the music. Let's read one more sentence together. Ready? 준비? 시작. 저는 우울할 때 걸으면 기분이 좋아져요. 저는 우울할 때 걸으면 기분이 좋아져요. 오케이. 자, 그러면 여러분 뭐 하면 행복해요? If you do what, are you happy? Meaning, what makes you happy? When are you happy? 바다에서 걸으면 행복하죠. 맞아요. 춤추면 행복해요. You can also say, 리아님, if I dance, 춤추면 행복해요도 돼요. 저는 달방, 달려라 방탄 보면 행복해요. 돈이 많으면 행복해요. 어느 정도까지는 맞죠? 맞아요. 돈이 없으면 힘들죠. Another irregular, 불규칙이 있거든요. 자, if it ends with 비읍, like 춥다, to be cold, then 비읍 becomes 우, and then you put 면, so 추우면. 그러면 덥다, to be hot. If it's hot, 어떻게 해요? 더우면, 날씨가 더우면. To be spicy, 그쵸? 맵다. And it becomes, you can guess, 매우면. 그쵸? 매우면, if it's spicy. Let's see, it's balance game. 날씨가 더우면 힘이 없어요. 아니면 날씨가 추우면 힘이 없어요. Which one are you? 저는 추우면 힘이 없어요. 더운 것도 싫은데 더울 때도 짜증 나는데 추우면 그냥 우울해요. 아무것도 하기 싫어요. 추운 게 더 싫어요. 자, what if you want to use with a noun? If something is, if I am, if it is your birthday, 생일이면. If you're a rich person, 부자면. 이렇게 해요. So if the noun ends with 받침, 받침이 있으면 이면, 받침이 없으면 면. 제가 부자면 or the parenthesis should be in front of 제가. You can either say 제가 부자면 or 부자면 어려운 사람들을 도와줄 거예요. If I were a rich person, if I had a lot of money, I'll help those in need. 그해 우리는 드라마 알아요? 그 드라마에서 여자 주인공이 항상 만약에 이렇게 말해요. She always starts with 만약에 말이야. If you see 말이야, it's like, let's say, I'm talking about, what I'm saying is. Here, 만약에 말이야 will be hypothetically speaking, what if 예요. 그러면 한번 보세요. All those times that she said 만약에 what if this happens. So you'll see 만약에 and then you'll see 으면 ending.
만약에 말이야.
응?
나는 대학 가고 너 떨어지면 어떡하지?
일단은 안 떨어질 건데 만약에 떨어지면 너 대학 근처에서 재수할 거야.
뭐라고?
만약에 말이야. 너가 나 몰래 미팅 나가면 어떡해?
그게 무슨 소리야? 내 미팅 왜 나가?
그럼 내가 너 몰래 미팅 나가면?
너 미팅 나가?
만약에 말이야. 내가 이대로 못 일어나면 어떡하지?
This phrase a lot of you probably already know and it's very useful. 으면 좋겠어요. So 으면 if 좋겠어요. 좋다 to be nice. Get is it will be. I am guessing. 어요 ending. So it will be nice if this happens. And this is what you use to talk about your wishes. What you hope for. Can we use 으면 with past tense? Yes. You just leave the past tense suffix. 먹어요, 먹었어요, 먹었으면. So you'll hear, if you are done eating, let's go. If you are finished, let's go. 다 먹었으면 가자. 이렇게 past tense 쓸 수 있어요. And in English too, it would be nice if I were. When you use if phrase, you use in the past tense when you're hypothetically speaking. Same thing, you will use past tense. You can use both. You can just use 으면 or you can use 없으면, 았으면 좋겠어요. 둘 다 쓸 수 있어요. Mostly interchangeable. You would hear sometimes the past tense is stronger wish. I think you could say that. But it doesn't mean you cannot use 으면 좋겠어요. You can use 으면 좋겠어요. You can use 었으면 좋겠어요. 이번 주말에 날씨가 맑으면 좋겠어요. And even if this weekend is future, you can still use 았으면 좋겠어요, 었으면 좋겠어요 when it's your wish. 날씨가 맑았으면 좋겠어요. 또 돼요. And these things, your wish, 한국에 여행 가면 좋겠어요. 한국에 여행 갔으면 좋겠어요. 둘 다 쓸 수 있어요. I wish I had really good skin 할 때 also I wish. So you can use this for hope. It might happen. Or wish, like it's opposite to the reality. You can use both for both. 제 피부가 좋으면 좋겠어요. 제 피부가 좋았으면 좋겠어요. Now, let's move on. 다면. 선생님, I've heard 다면. What's the difference between 다면 versus 으면?